I'm sensing reluctance. It's almost like someone is nervous, like you make this person nervous. Something about your energy being very powerful, like you carry a very alpha, very independent, very bright energy. Okay, when you walk into a room, you are noticed. I'm pretty sure that's how this person noticed you, is based off of your energy. It's like they didn't recognize it. You're not common. They were like, wait a second, what is this? Like, what am I even looking at? They're like, is this literally magic in a human form? I hear your person saying, are they magic? Like, what kind of sorcery is this? Harry Potter could be significant here, maybe not. But something about the way that you carry yourself with such grace and with such ease, this person is heavily attracted to. So let's dive into how this person feels about you, what's going to happen within this connection, and how this is all coming together for you. Because if you know me, you know that I love love, and I love to provide guidance. I love to open your mind to everything that it is you deserve in love, what it is you're meant to receive, what it is you're not meant to receive. Let's leave that out of it. With the Princess of Roses and the Nine of Wings, somebody is obsessed with your energy. Somebody is absolutely obsessed with who you are. Like, they cannot get enough of you. I'm hearing like you keep this person up at night. You pop into their mind random times throughout the day. They enjoy thinking about you. Also, something about the way that you dress, something about the way, like, your unique style. This person is like, why do I get the feeling that this person, it's like they want to show you off, like they want to take you places to show you off because they're so proud to have you standing next to them. They're like, yes, I literally have the hottest person here. This is my queen. Like, this is her right here. Yeah, you can't have her. I just feel like this person, maybe there's some possession kinks involved, but just anyway, something about this person, they just can't get enough of you. Like I said, you're nothing that they've experienced before with the Seven of Shells. In fact, they're like questioning, they're like, is this person real? Is this even possible? Can this even exist? Like, I have never experienced this in this lifetime. So you might even like freak this person out a little bit at first, and they might have to, you know, come to a decision of, is this worth pursuing? Because I don't know, this almost seems too good to be true. I feel like this person is going to come in with some communication right off the bat, kind of expressing how they feel about it. You know, they want you to show up fully as yourself. So don't be afraid to reveal all parts of yourself, is what's coming through as well. And I'm feeling like heated up, like this person might apply some type of pressure to find out who you are. And I'm also, this person is having some anxieties relating to work, and they are experiencing a transformation at this time. So they might not even like come in full force with that it's like they might not allow themselves to be fully seen by you at first, because they kind of have a few things preoccupying their mind. So don't put up your guards when it comes to this person coming in and kind of going out. Keep focused on yourself. Stay in your princess, stay in your queen energy. You know what you deserve. Okay, you've done the work. You know who you are. You know your value. Don't cry over spilled milk, is what the angels are saying. With the Six of Gems and the Six of Roses, we have victory and generosity. Somebody wants to come in and be very generous with their time, with their energy, with gifts of affirmation, with words of affirmation, with their love in general. Like, this person wants to come in and be so generous to you, because they realize that you're not just here to take from them. Like, you're not just here to take and then leave, or you're not a very materialistic person. And so this person wants to come in and offer you that abundance, because it's like you're truly deserving of it. Yeah, with the Prince of Roses here, matching the Princess of Roses, this is a very sweet match. Something about youthfulness is also coming through. The energy that you two are when you're together, like it attracts attention. Okay, you guys turn heads when you go places together. With the Prince of Gems, another Prince card coming out. They don't want anyone else to have your attention. This person refuses to let anyone else have your attention right now, because they know how valuable you are. So it's like almost like they're going to start inserting themselves into your life in a way that, you know, they make themselves important in your life, because they realize that you are important to them. It's not going to take long for them to realize that. Like, you're going to have confirmation of that fairly quickly, is what I'm hearing. You can also ask your angels for extra little confirmations, little feathers, roses, flowers may be significant for you. Maybe this person knows what your favorite flower is and they're going to send you flowers. But we have, some major arcana coming through. Okay, we have the Hierophant and the World card. This person sees long-term with you. This person is not afraid of commitment, confirmation, not afraid of commitment at all. In fact, it's like from the moment they meet you, they know that you're going to be an important part of their life. Like they are already in the planning stages. And I'm hearing hitting the ground running, but not in the way that you think. Like they are a planner. They see long term with you, so they know that they have to take it at a certain pace and they have to make certain moves in order to make sure you feel safe and loved and comfortable with what's happening. But with the World card here, there's definitely family involved. So this person may already want to have a family with you. Maybe that's an intense conversation that you'll have right off the bat. But there's just something so intense about this energy between the two of you. This could be twin flame connection with 555 on the timer. That is a confirmation of twin flame / soulmate love connection. Beloved soul, if these words have stirred something deep within your heart, don't let this moment pass you by. This is not just another video. Perhaps God allowed you to hear this message today because your spirit needed this reminder. Right now, speak these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God's hand is upon my life. My breakthrough is coming and my story is still being written for His glory. Say it again. And then say it one more time. Let every word sink into your heart until your fear gives way to faith, your tears of fears become hope, and your soul finds peace in God's promises. No matter what you have been through, remember this. Heaven has never taken its eyes off you.
God is still working behind the scenes, opening doors you cannot yet see, healing wounds no one else knows about, and preparing blessings that will arrive at exactly the right time.
If this message spoke to your heart, please share it with someone you love. There is someone out there who feels forgotten, who has been crying in silence, wondering if anyone sees their pain. Your share could be the very answer to the prayer they've been whispering to God. You never know whose life could be changed because you chose to spread hope. And if God places it on your heart to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages with people around the world, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $20, or whatever you feel led to give, every gift helps us reach another hurting heart with God's love, comfort, and encouragement. May the Lord bless you beyond anything you could imagine. May He restore what was lost, answer the prayers you've cried over in secret, fill your home with His peace, and reward your generosity many times over. Thank you for being part of this growing family of faith. Together, we are bringing light to the broken, hope to the weary, and reminding the world that God's love never fails. There's a specific kind of impact you have on people that you have probably underestimated your entire life. Not the impact of being impressive or accomplished or even particularly beautiful, though you may be all of those things. Something more elemental than any of that. Something that operates before the mind has had a chance to assess and categorize and make a decision about whether to be interested. It happens at the level of the room, at the level of the air. The moment you enter a space, something shifts, not dramatically, not in a way that makes a scene, but in the particular way that quality shifts things. The way that everyone in the vicinity registers without quite being able to articulate why, that something has changed, that something worth paying attention to has arrived. You do this without trying. You may not even notice you're doing it. But they notice. This person noticed, not through a deliberate act of observation, not by scanning the room with the intention of finding someone interesting. More like the involuntary kind of noticing, the kind where your attention is already somewhere else, and then something pulls it away without asking permission. They looked up, or they turned around, or the conversation they were in the middle of simply lost its hold on them for a moment because something in their peripheral awareness registered an anomaly, and that anomaly was you. What they encountered in that moment was not something they had a category for. They have a fairly well-developed sense of their own experience. They know what they find attractive. They know what interests them. They know their own responses well enough to understand when something is routine and when something is not. And this was not routine. This was the specific and slightly disorienting experience of encountering something that does not fit the existing framework. Something that makes the framework feel suddenly insufficient. The question that formed in them, honestly, involuntarily, with a quality of genuine bewilderment, was something close to, is this real? Can a person actually be like this? And the fact that they could not immediately answer it is part of what has kept them returning to you in their thoughts, in the quiet moments when the constructed business of their day falls away and the mind goes where it actually wants to go. You keep this person up at night, not in the anxious sense, not the kind of sleeplessness that comes from worry or unresolved tension. In the other kind, the kind where the mind is not troubled, but preoccupied, where sleep is slow to come, not because something is wrong, but because something is very alive in the imagination. Returning to moments, to details, to the specific quality of your presence in a way that is almost enjoyable in its own right. They think about you and something in them lights up. Something that was ordinary becomes interesting. Something that was fine becomes insufficient by comparison. You have changed the baseline. Without doing anything except being exactly who you are, you have reset what they find satisfying, what they find compelling, what feels worth wanting.
And now everything that is not you has a slightly insufficient quality that it didn't have before. That is significant. That is not something that happens from ordinary attraction. There is also this, and it carries its own particular sweetness. They want to show you off, not in the shallow, ego-driven sense of someone who regards a partner as an accessory or a status symbol. In the genuine, almost boyily proud sense of someone who cannot quite believe that they have found themselves standing next to someone this extraordinary and wants the world to witness it. They want to walk into rooms with you and feel the specific pride of knowing that the person beside them is unlike anyone else in the space. They want to introduce you to people, not to impress those people, but because showing others who you are feels like a form of celebration. Like saying, look at this. Look at what exists. Isn't it something? There is something youthful and uncomplicated about how this person feels when they think about being seen with you. Something that bypasses the usual guardedness and just arrives as pure, uncomplicated pride. You make them feel lucky. Genuinely, almost embarrassingly lucky. And they have not entirely decided what to do with that feeling, except that they know they want more of it. But here is where the story becomes more textured, because this person is not arriving from a place of pure, uncomplicated readiness. They are in the middle of their own transformation, in their work, in their sense of purpose, in the particular upheaval that comes when a life is changing faster than the person inside it has fully adjusted to. There are things occupying them that have nothing to do with you. Anxieties that surface in the morning before they have had time to remember what is good. Questions about where their professional life is headed that do not have clean answers yet. And because of this, because of the divided attention that comes with navigating genuine personal transition, they may not show up initially with the full force of what they feel. They may come in and then seem to recede, may be fully present in one interaction and then quieter in the next. And if you are someone who has learned through experience to read inconsistency as the beginning of an ending, that pattern might land in you as something to brace against. It is not the beginning of an ending. It is simply a person trying to manage more than one real thing at the same time. Here is the insight that I think reframes this entire story when you let it land fully. You have a tendency, understandable, earned, rooted in genuine experience, to interpret inconsistency as withdrawal. To read the moments when someone's energy is less available as evidence that the interest is waning, that the initial intensity was not real, that the other shoe is about to drop. And that tendency is not a character flaw. It is a perfectly rational response to having been taught by people who are actually inconsistent to pay close attention to the fluctuations. But what that learned vigilance sometimes does is cause you to see danger in what is actually just reality. Real people have full lives. Real people going through real transitions have less bandwidth than they will eventually have. Real love is not a constant, unvarying signal. It has its rhythms, its quieter periods, its moments where it is present but not loudly so. The invitation right now is to stay in your own energy regardless of theirs. Not as a game or a strategy, as an act of self-respect. Because you have built something in yourself, in your life, in your understanding of your own worth that does not require another person's consistent attention to remain intact. And protecting that is not coldness, it is wisdom. When this person comes forward fully, and they will, because what they feel is too significant to be contained indefinitely. They intend to be generous in a way that may feel unfamiliar. Not the performed generosity of someone trying to impress. The real kind. The kind that comes from genuinely wanting to add to your life rather than take from it. They have recognized something about you that many people miss. That you are not someone motivated by material things, that what you value cannot be purchased or presented as a gift in the conventional sense. And that recognition has produced in them a desire to offer something rarer and more considered. Time given fully, attention that does not wander. Words that mean what they say because they were chosen carefully rather than offered automatically. They want to earn the right to your presence. That is the honest shape of what they are feeling beneath the obsession and the pride and the slightly stunned quality of someone who cannot believe you are real. And you, yes, you, the one whose energy shifts the quality of any room you enter without your being aware of it, are allowed to receive that without minimizing it, without immediately assessing it for hidden costs, without the part of you that has been trained by disappointing experiences to assume that anything this good must come with a catch. Because sometimes things are exactly what they appear to be. Sometimes the person who cannot stop thinking about you, who wants to show you to the world, who is already planning in the long-term time scale of someone who recognized very quickly that you are not a temporary part of their story. Sometimes that person is simply that. Not a setup for another lesson. Not a beautiful beginning that will eventually reveal a painful middle. Just someone who found what they were looking for without expecting to, and who is now navigating with all the nervousness and planning and slightly overwhelmed awe that entails. How to honor it correctly. The vision they carry for this connection extends far beyond the immediate. They are not thinking in terms of now. They are thinking in terms of life, in terms of what a shared future looks like, in terms of family, of permanence, of the kind of commitment that does not require constant renegotiation because both people have genuinely decided from very early on, earlier than you might expect, possibly earlier than is entirely comfortable. They have been seeing you in that long-term picture, not as a fantasy or an idealization, as a real and specific vision of two real people building something that lasts. The deliberate pace they are taking is not hesitation, is about the destination. It is care about the journey. They understand that arriving at something lasting requires laying the foundation correctly, that you deserve to feel safe rather than rushed. That love offered carefully is love that is taken seriously. They are taking you seriously. When you are together, when this connection is fully in motion, people will feel it. Not because either of you is performing anything, but because the specific energy of two people who are genuinely aligned has a quality that is recognizable even to those who cannot name what they are witnessing. You turn heads not because of surface level chemistry, but because something real and alive between two people has a visibility that cannot be manufactured. Stay in your own light through all of it. Through the inconsistency of their transition, through the patience required before they are fully present, through the moments when their nervousness about approaching someone this extraordinary might make them seem less certain than they actually are. You know who you are. You know what you carry. You know the quality of what you bring to any room, to any connection, to any life that yours touches. Let someone else finally know it too. Not by explaining yourself. Not by making yourself more accessible or more understandable or easier to approach. Simply by continuing to be exactly what stopped them in their tracks in the first place. The magic that made them ask, is this even real? It is, and it was always yours.